Hey guys, I thought I'd do my second one this time, which is being human. The first lesson was on balance because it's to teach you how to view existence in a balanced way without going too far one way or too far the other. I'm actually not sure if I made that clear in the last video. I better go over and check that. But anyway, you know what I mean now. Alright, so being human. Now, I feel that a lot of people overlook the fact that we're not God's creatures, I guess. We're not a phenomenon, we're a calculated uh, happening. Basically, everything in existence is possible, and we happen to be a very, very small percentage that became possible. And I'll do more on that in a minute. Alright, so being human. I at times find it frustrating how people tell themselves stories of their own lack of value. When the truth is that we only become that of what we say to ourselves makes us and the world. So basically, if we're going to continue to tell ourselves we have no value, we'll believe it. A lot of people tell themselves a lot of things and they believe it to the grave. And I can't accept false truths. So if someone tells me I'm wrong, I stop, I think about it, and I see if it's true. I don't just go, no, no, I can't listen to what you're saying. Anyway, onward. Alright, so could you imagine if Einstein told himself every day, I can't do maths, or I failed at school, so I won't be anything in the world, and also I failed at high school, so I can never actually achieve anything in an academic field. Yeah, so can you imagine that? Well, you can imagine that the world would be different. For one, Australia could have become part of Japan, not directly, but they could have owned Australia if Albert Einstein had told himself this stuff and not invented the equation that became the atomic bomb. And I'm not saying that it would not be figured out by someone else sometime along the future, because it's a truth. It would be found out sooner or later. But if Albert Einstein had treated himself like that and not believed in himself, he would never have gotten to such a point where he actually made a huge difference, impact on the world. So it really is important what you tell yourselves, because you're human and you're fallible. We're all human and fallible, but it doesn't change the fact that we're not amazing and intelligent and caring creatures. Anyway, back to the subject. I believe to be human is to be this amazing, good yet bad, unique creature that has the good fortune to exist at all. If you do the maths about the planets in the galaxy and the universe, it is astounding that we are here at all. And most people will call this God's will, or others will say aliens. Yet I feel that the real truth is that if you polarize the mass, we, or something like us, must exist somewhere because the universe is so bloody big. You can't deny the fact that the simple equations is that it might be a 0.00004 percentage of the chance of life existing. But the fact is, the universe is so infinitely large that that percentage will exist somewhere, and we happen to be that percentage. So how about that? It's pretty amazing we're alive. We exist at all, and I think that that's what I love about science is that it can prove things like that. And science isn't this flat, no emotion understanding and conceptions of the world. It's actually based on truths that have amazing impacts on different parts of our existence and our view of existence. Anyway, science is a fairly new thing for humankind, so I can understand why we tend to hang on to a lot of the old religions that fill in the gaps where science hasn't. But I don't really believe in believing that way. I will not believe in it for belief's sake. If there is a reality in it and it exists in some form, yes, I believe in light rays and I believe in evolution because there is footprints of them everywhere. Do you know, it's amazing. I love the fact that uh, the reason we can see is actually because of see colors and objects is actually because light is bouncing off them into a different frequency to represent that color, then going into our eyes. The light's actually going into our eyes. We're not viewing the world, it's coming to us. I love that. I think it's so cool that we are actually being bombarded with light into our eyes and our retinas to literally see the world. The world's coming to us. That's kind of nice. Anyway, so being human, I think it's a good way to accept and understand yourself. I feel that it's the first step to understanding who you are in existence. Like balance is the lesson was talking about before in balance. Balance is about learning to view the world in a balanced way. If you're viewing it with a balanced judgment, let's say, you will accept bad things and good things. You'll accept material things, spiritual things, and you'll weigh them on this little scale of balance. And this way, you're never going to continue down a dark, depressing kind of thought track. I find that a lot of people I find with depression and that don't view the balance in life. They just see everything negative, and they get into the habit of making it negative because somewhere along the line they've learned this habit that applying a negative emotion to this. By the way, the reason the negative emotions can be attractive is because they feel safe. Our ego deludes us in this, and then we continue to say it, and because it's familiar, people stick with it. So that's why it can be very hard to break these thought tracks. Okay, and not to say that there isn't medical conditions where depression is because the dopamine levels will never be up high, but I have to say that I believe the mind is the most fascinating and strong muscle in our bodies, and if you're utilizing it in the wrong way, it's not going to help you at all. So you really need to work on it and spend time being the master of your own domain, I guess. I found that I can't force my mind to do anything I don't want to do. I can only suggest. So it's kind of like the flow of a river. You can't force it to go anywhere it doesn't want to. You can only direct it. And like I know that you could say, "Oh no, we dam them up," but we can't stop the flow. A dam is only holding back a amount of water, yet the dam still needs to be open enough so that the same amount of water is still continuing to flow through. So all you're doing is creating a reservoir, and you're not actually stopping the flow. Anyway, so going from a balanced understanding of the world and then developing yourself within it, which is basically becoming your own individual, I believe the first start is to understand what being human is. And being human is pretty awesome. It's fallible and weird and crazy, chaotic, destructive, but also beautiful and creative and quirky. You know what? One thing I do love about the fact that humans are fallible and have faults is the amazing things that come from these faults. Like, I stuff up with my language quite often, especially if it's simple conversation. And my friends laugh about it and they make jokes out of it, but they never make hurtful jokes because they love me. And so my failure, I guess, which I don't believe that at all, my action that caused a fault in conversation ended up making laughter and love and fun. So I don't see a problem with having that. It's okay to fail because if you've learned the ability to laugh at yourself and enjoy uh, your shortcomings and your high comings, long comings, I guess, uh, what's the hurt? And also, pain. I think there's two factors for being human: pleasure and pain. Pleasure's all great and I love it. It's good stuff. Everyone loves it. Uh, but pain seems to be overlooked. People seem to be so scared, so freaking scared of being hurt. When pain is one of the best teachers in existence. It has taught us many things. It taught Isaac Newton that gravity existed when he got smacked on the head by an apple. But what I find surprising is like you get these people that lock themselves away because they're so scared of being hurt. And I've met hundreds of beautiful girls that I really liked, but they were so scared of being hurt that they couldn't open up and be that amazing person they are. Just in case you're getting what I'm not getting what I'm meaning, I have a talent for seeing people who they are, even if they're playing a fake figure and using their self-defense mechanisms to protect themselves. I can still see through them, and I see the real person within that. And unfortunately, I see the beautiful soul of pretty much everyone, which is it's not so bad, but it can be distressing when that person is intentionally hurting themselves and holding that side of themselves back. I don't like it. It can upset me depending on the person, really. I try to distance myself from those people sometimes. Um, anyway, so being human is definitely being in pleasure and pain. Pain is something you should accept in your life and not try to run away from. Like don't seek it out if it's not what you want, but don't be afraid of being hurt. I think it was a Thomas Edison saying. I can't quite remember what it was, but it was like people that believe failure is a people that believe failure is always going to happen are cowards, and people that believe failure will never happen is are fools. But oh, no, I don't know if that's Thomas Edison. But basically, the end of that sentence is, but I would choose to be foolish over a coward. And it's just saying that, like, given the choice, which would you rather do? Constantly fail from cowardice and never trying, or fail now and then because you're too foolhardy? I'd pick the foolhardiness. It's like my other kind of code, I guess. I got a few codes for myself, and that's I'm always going to be optimistic towards people and never criticize or jump to the jump to the negative conclusion of a person because if they prove me wrong 1,000 times over, that's okay because the few people that didn't prove me wrong that I had that optimistic feeling and thought about are gonna I'm not gonna miss out on the amazing chance of having a great time with them and all the things that come with that person. And I would rather be hurt that many times than miss out on one person who could be amazing, or that one person that could be the one that I spent the majority of my life with. Like I've already met one who's my best friend Luke, and I can't see my life changing my life without him at the moment. Oh shit, out of time. All right, thanks guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Bye.